Jay came to her senses when I beat her, so what about Yukiko? I'm still scared out of my wits, but I try to talk to her.
Are you alright?
Oh, thank goodness. You've gone back to your usual self, Yosuke-kun.
What? Oh, are you back to normal too?
Huh? But you just seemed so eager to fight no matter how I tried to stop you. You said things like, I was taking the easy way out. I was sure that you just weren't in your right mind. You noticed that Tere and Rise-chan are acting strange too, right? I think maybe they're under the enemy's control.
That doesn't sound good. Crap, so this isn't an act? They're being mind controlled or something? That explains a lot, actually. Damn it, some surprise party. Still, Teddy's controlling people? Or is Teddy being controlled by somebody else?
Control? Who could make them act that weird? No ordinary person could pull that off. And why would they do it to start a stupid tournament like this?
Well, I think back to what Yukiko said before we fought. It's a Grand Prix for you, Yosuke-kun. For me? Like hell it is. I'm not getting anything out of this. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not.
In any case, I'm gonna go put an end to this Grand Prix. If it's just us four, there's only one more battle to go.
Nico didn't know what was going on either, so I explained what I'd found out. Only the winner can move on, and nobody can leave until there's a champion. And that since I fought Chi and Yukiko, my next fight should be you, and that would be the end of it.
And one more thing. There was a student council president.
She wasn't in that intro movie that aired on the Midnight Channel. She acts like she's against this whole thing, so I don't think I'll end up having to fight her. But she doesn't know about Persona, so I can't just let her run around loose.
Do you mean the girl with the ponytail?
You met her?
Mm-hmm. When I talked to her, she said she was going to the announcement room. I tried to stop her, but an invisible wall blocked my path.
Oh yeah, that's right. She said she was going to the announcement room to stop Rise. That's not good. If Rise is being controlled by someone behind all of this...
That girl's in danger.
Really?
Sorry, I gotta go. I'll end this as fast as I can and come back for you.
Oh, okay. Be careful, and try to help out that girl. I'm sure you can do it, Yosuke-kun.
Got it.
No sad. Yukiko's clear, strong voice gives me that extra push. This tournament might look stupid, but if there's some third party then behind this, it may be more so serious than I first thought. Anyway, to the announcement room. Feats don't fail me now. Alright. Damn it. It's supposed to be pretty easy to get to the announcement room, but thanks to all these stupid invisible walls, I have to take the scenic route. I finally managed to make it to the second floor. If I keep going straight, I'll get to the stairs and then I'll be right there.
Ah, Miss President!
I found her. I can sense her running up ahead, her long ponytail trail out of behind her. But there was another shape next to her around a familiar one.
Over here!
Teddy?
Teddy! Damn it, was I too late?
I tried to catch up, but I ended up slamming into an invisible wall and falling to the oh my god, falling to the ground.
Ow, it felt like my butt cracked.
Come on! Don't pull me like that!
Miss President, are you okay? Let go of his hand! That bear's not in his right mind!
I shout out, hoping that I can at least get my voice to reach her, but the two of them disappeared through the emergency exit at the end of the hall. I knew it, she might be strong, but Miss President isn't a match for Persona tooting Teddy. She has to have been captured.
Definitely being controlled.
Teddy's not the type to kidnap a girl like that. I think. I mean, he wouldn't do anything if she didn't want him to at least. Where is he taking her? Is he up to something? And it dawns on me.
If that girl doesn't have a persona, how did she get in the TV world?
In order to get into the TV, you have to either have the power to use personas or get someone who does it to help you. By help, I mean the person could force you to. That's actually what was happening in the series of murders last year. Horrible thoughts start to race through my mind. Is that what's going on with Miss President? Is she just another victim? Victim. The word brings to my mind someone else.
Senpai.
I lost someone that I liked in those murders. I couldn't save her, and she died. If Miss President was also forced into this world like Saki-senpai then?
Damn it, I'll save her.
Teddy went through the emergency exit. If he went up the stairs, then the announcement room should be right there. As if my growing desperation wasn't enough, the stupid invisible wall makes things worse. I managed to calm my racing heart and begin running to make my way to the announcement room. Alright. While avoiding the walls, the next stop I managed to make it to was the music room. Damn it, I want to go up, not down. There was a familiar monitor hanging from the ceiling. So this is where the next fight's gonna be, huh?
Hello! Looks like you're on a roll!
Teddy, what did you do with Miss President?
Aw, how nice of you to worry about someone else. Can't let your guard down in this battle. Come on, bring out the next challenger!
Smoke begins blowing out as Teddy's making his announcement. A silhouette appears. I can tell who is already. There's no way I could mistake that shape. Besides my process of elimination, there's only one more person it could be.
Nanako!
Whoa, that's the first thing he has to say?
Ah, I knew it would be you. And Sister Complex Kingpin, just like the others.
Yep. Good old you, my partner. And his embarrassing
Then
nickname.
again, Nanako-chan always was precious to you, so...
Yosuke, it's true that this is a battle you have long desired. But I have something I want to say first.
A battle I long desired.
I thought that there would be no reason for us to fight. Until now.
Huh?
Huh?
How dare you? Calling her Nanako-chan in that intimate way!
Yes, sir! I'm sorry, sir!
Why do you... He looks ready to kill me. I bow as deep as I can, just so I don't have to see his blood-thirsty eyes. Oh god, it's horrible. If only I had a camera so I could show him this later.
Forgetting Nanako-san for the moment. It seems like there's someone here besides us. She can't use a persona, so I thought maybe she was dropped in here. You?
Yu's eyes turn dead and raises his
Why
sword.
would you forget Nanako?
That's ridiculous! I mean, come on, Nanako-san really likes you no matter what. She's always telling me how you're such a nice big brother and how you're so cool.
I like how Yosuke says everything is called literal to the nicknames. I just want him to calm down so we can talk. Maybe if I avoid talking about Nanako, I can steer his conversation in some other direction.
Yosuke, enough! You always talk to Nanako? Why? Where? What do you mean by always? What was the precise date and time when you spoke to her?
Oh crap, I was lying, I'm sorry!
What? You were lying? Are you saying that Nanako doesn't like me? That she doesn't think I'm nice or cool at all?
Why are you so hung up on that? For heaven's sake, I'm getting really sick of this crap! So let's just fight. We'll get this over with, okay? And then we can both calm down and talk like rational people. I'm not gonna hold back at all. I know you can take it. Anyway, here goes!
If he's not gonna listen, then I've got no choice. I'll get him to fight me and bring him back to his senses. It's a better use of my time than trying to talk him down anyway.
Sorry, Nanako-chan. Haha! That Nanako-chan! What a dummy, right?
That's it! Your life is forfeit!
Alright, just as planned. I'll fix you up, partner. But damn, his eyes is scary. Alrighty. Let's fight. Right. At least this one's very straightforward, like back to back. Now, facing up the AI against you is a bit, don't want.
Here we go. And stay down. Get back. Down here.
You missed a shot. Damn it, I missed it. Nope. Damn it.
What a rare, close battle.
Don't worry. We can face him. We can face him. This is like a real challenge for me because I've been playing day by day, training up Yosuke.
Finally.
I'm actually enjoying. I got an idea. Uh-oh. Alright. Give me a sec. I'm telling you, use AI is absolutely cracked. I think what Yosuke is, because he's a fast character, but his health is very easy to be beaten.
Over here. Here we go.
Oh my god. Oh wow. Wow, seriously. Like, I never faced the AI that brute with Cyanide. I need to step up my game up right now.
Finally.
Alright, not with those bullshit moves. Uh-oh. Look at those combos. At least I can show you guys a little bit of combo. I didn't get to show that in the last episode with you. I mean, it was on normal difficulty, so. If I do see that I'm struggled too much, then I just lower the difficulty.
Finally.
Again, like I said, I'm not really too that good.
How about this? Here we go.
show you make structure.
Ah, God damn it. I never actually, to be honest, I never faced this. I think this is like the hardest you I had to fight.
Final. Fight.
Or maybe the AA knows me far too much. Ah, damn it. Probably mid-air.
Just getting started, right? Over here, guys. It's showtime.
No. God damn it, even I got Tsukukaja on that. And it's annoying because it's only one round. Alright, I gotta see how I'm gonna play this off.
Fight.
Persona.
Damn it. Nope. Nope. No. It's ridiculous. I can't even use my persona. I'm so gonna die here. Or not. Yeah, almost. Wow, this is tough. Like, I wanted to spice things up, but I think just putting it normal was already spicy enough for even the story mode. I do not want to imagine it was in risky mode, because risky mode is the like max
Final.
difficulty here.
Fight.
Come on, get over here. Ooh. Not about time. See, that was like best attempt. Maybe I just need to be more aggressive like I usually do. Maybe I just kind of hold back. At least you get to see a little bit more combat out of me. The battle is over. Yu looks up. It's his everyday composed face. Looks like he's back to his good old self.
Yosuke, are you back to your usual self?
That's my line, damn it. Oh, wait, that's right. Did I seem strange to you?
You know, Yukiko said the same thing. Oh wait, so did Chie. Something's not right. Carnivore Chie, Snow Black Yukiko, Sister Complex Kingpin Yu. I was wondering who'd be powerful enough to brainwash all three of them into acting all weird, but is that what's really going on? None of them remember what they said to me before or our matches. Hell, they seem to think that I'm the one acting all weird. So maybe it's not the case that they're being controlled. What if I was the one being tricked here? Whoa, then that means I'm the one who needs to wake up. I heard he start rubbing my eyes. Maybe I'm still being fooled. I know, I'm acting crazy. You opens his mouth to say
You
something.
said that it wasn't your partner, so that was a surprise.
Like I'd ever say that.
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's relieved. It doesn't show on his face, but I can tell. I guess we're okay now. The Unarkami I know is the one sitting right in front of me. So I'll tell you about what's happened so far. Most importantly, the victim. That is the student council president that the Teddy had
I
kidnapped.
see. And the reason the Midnight Channel seemed so clear was because that girl was already in this world?
Oh, you're right. I forgot how that worked.
He's right. There are two ways that the Midnight Channel appears. When the subject isn't in the TV world yet, the video's all fuzzy and hard to see. But if it's clear, then that means someone been thrown
Looks like our
inside.
fears were real. There was a victim already. The question is, who put her in here?
I don't know. But whoever came up with this is trying to make us fight each other in the Grand Prix. Maybe they're hoping we'll take each other out, since they'd be no match for 4 Persona users at once.
Even as I say it, I start to really believe that it's true. Whenever I talk with you, it's like my brain just clicks right in
No,
place.
it's not just the 4 of us. Kanji and Naoto are probably in this too. You saw them on the video, right? If our enemy is hosting this, they've probably been forced to participate as well.
Naoto's was something with an IQ of 2,000. That sounds strong. Kanji's was, Beefcake Emperor? No way! I don't want to run into him! Can't you go on for me? I'm begging you!
You've begged me a number of times already. Can't only the winner move on?
Damn it, he's ecstatic. His date is hard, he's celebrating, clenching his fists, I know
Shouldn't be
it.
a problem if you win. Though if you lose against the Beefcake Emperor, you might be in some trouble.
No! I don't want to be alone with him! Damn it! Fine, I'll go. This must be what they mean by you have to cover your ass for the worst.
You'll be fine.
You mean me or my ass?
No, I mean about saving that girl. You can definitely do this. It's in your hands now.
You.
Sorry for talking about my ass so much. No, hey, wait. I mean, I was just a little shocked to hear that from him. Up until now, he's always been the one leading the pack, followed by me. And now you's the one telling me that he's relying on me to get things done. He's trusting me. The sister complex, oh no. He's still my friend.
Just leave the rest to me, big bro.
I don't think I'm comfortable having you call me that.
Hey, I'm not saying that you're my big bro. It's just you were going on and on about Nanako-chan a moment ago, so... Oh, yeah, that wasn't you.
I tried to cover my embarrassment by telling a joke, but it didn't seem to help. Ah, now I'm even more embarrassed.
Anyway, leave this to me. I'll be going now.
I tried to leave on a high note by acting in high spirits, so I waved to you and dashed out of the music room. Alright. Every time I think I'm getting close to the announcement room, I hit another wall and have to take a detour. I hit another wall, okay. I finally make it to the 3rd floor though. And there's another wall right next to the door at the classroom. More or less an invitation to go inside, right? And to judge from my past experiences, I'm in for another battle. Who's my next opponent? The Emperor? His Imperial Highness?
No use dreading it.
Ah, Presente, Yosuke-kun.
Miss President! Booyah! My ass is safe!
I was expecting Kanji, but our student council president and Teddy are waiting for me inside. It looks like I caught up with them. There's a ton of stuff that I need to get straight. I start off by throwing Teddy a single
Hey,
question.
Teddy, what do you love most?
A passionate battle with one's life at risk, of course.
There we have it. Yeah, that's not Teddy. The real one would say, "Oh, the fly honey bears," or something.
Alright then, let's fight. I'll try not to make it hurt too much, but you gotta go down. Sorry, dude.
Looks like you're enjoying the Grand Prix, Yosuke. Just like I hoped. I held this Grand Prix just for you, after all. I'm glad you like it, Yosuke.
People have been saying that from the start, and it doesn't make any sense.
It's only in this world that you can be serious about anything. Didn't the idea excite you? Wasn't this the first thing you thought when the Midnight Channel came on? Another problem that'll help me change.
That wasn't...
I can't let that get to me. Teddy's being controlled. Those are the words, whoever's making us fight. But as he continues speaking, it's like he's reading my
There
mind.
is no enemy. You know that, don't you? That case is over and done with. The days where you could be special are all gone. You lost everything, and you've gone back to your boring, mediocre self again. Since you were having a hard time accepting that, I whipped up this Grand Prix. I'm on your side, Yosuke. That's why I'm hosting this for you.
There is no enemy?
But what Teddy said goes along with something else. You said it. Yukiko said it. This Grand Prix was for me. Don't tell me this whole thing is to fulfill my wishes. I mean, I know that Teddy and Rise's persona are special in that they can connect to people's minds and stuff. And Rise can do a lot of other stuff too. Is it possible for her to make people hear things that nobody's saying when they're talking? Did she use that power to set up the Grand Prix for me? Deep in my heart, did I really want this to
That's
happen?
not true.
You were so cool, Yosuke. You were stronger than Chie-chan, or Yuki-chan, or even Sensei. You're almost the champion. Don't worry, I'll let you win this one.
You're lying!
What's wrong? Both of you are acting weird.
I forgot about her for a minute there. Hey, yeah, what about her? She has nothing to do with this. I've never met her up until now.
I prepared that girl as a heroine for you. Let's face it, there's no way you'd get fired up enough to win if there wasn't a pretty girl waiting at the end.
Prepared?
Yosuke-kun?
What the hell does he mean, prepared? She's just a normal girl. No way. Teddy didn't push her in here, did he? He didn't get caught up in this so that I can win the championship and save the dame, did he? It was way too much for me. I stood there with my mouth gaping wide open, unable to utter a word. No goddamn way. What the hell? I never asked for any of this. How could I want any of this to happen?
That preview on the Midnight Channel was pretty good, huh? It's no surprise since you came up with it.
My body suddenly froze. That's right. I felt it when I saw that ad on the TV, didn't I? That it was beginning. That's something I've been waiting for. Something that would change me. Has come
No.
again.
That's not true!
I tried to clear that thought out of my head by shouting, but now that the suspicion has snuck its way into my mind, I know that it's stuck for good. Do I really hate this crazy situation? Can I honestly say that I'm not enjoying it? No, that's not it.
Shut up! You're being controlled! I'll help you come to your senses.
Alright. Let's get right into it.
Final.
Alright.
Fight!
Make sure you trade in your
Down here! Come on! How about this? Pretty effective, huh?
What a range.
Just get come on!
No, not the barrel. Look at that combo he's doing.
How about this? Go, Jiraiya!
Uh-oh.
You jerk! Ultra charge! Should I just get owned by Teddy?
They really do hit that combo. But this is the true test. Do I fulfill? Maybe not.
Final. Fight!
Now that was a good combo. Am I gonna get a flawless here? Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, almost got a flawless. There we go. Easy.
Teddy, Miss President, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. But what was that all about? Aren't you two friends?
I can't bear the look she's giving me. Not confused, but not judging. So I turn away. Do I really want to beat up my friends? I don't want to believe it. First, I need to ask Teddy here what his real intentions are. What if I may have secretly wanted? That's no reason to push an innocent girl into the TV world. Heck, did Teddy really do that? I bite my lip and wake Teddy up.
Ow! That was so mean, Yosuke.
Sorry, Teddy. Let's go back. This Grand Prix's over.
Huh? It's over? It ended while everyone was making fun of me?
Making fun of you? What? You were the host. You had on these weird clothes.
That wasn't the real me. Yosuke, even you thought that was me? We sleep in the same futon every night, yet you couldn't tell a beast like that apart from me.
We don't sleep in the same futon. Wait, does that mean it's someone else doing this?
I wasn't too sure of him either when I first came across him. I mean, what are the odds there'd be two with someone that crazy looking?
I keep telling you, can't you tell just by looking at me? I'm much more adorable than that jerk. Check out the fur.
I don't want to break it to him, but I honestly can't tell the difference. Wait, back up, huh? The Teddy on the monitor is a fake. I calm Teddy down and get him to explain things to me. It seems that the general is some kind of copy of him. And the TV world was already like this when he got here. What the hell? There is no enemy, my ass. Oh yeah, there is. Anyway, the reason he's with the president, Miss President, isn't because he'd capture her. It's because she thought he was the bad guy and was chasing after him. But when she caught up with him, Teddy had begun thinking of himself as her knight in shining armor. So he was going with her to the announcement room. Way to confuse me.
I've been doing my best to get myself unframed. You should have seen what a manly knight I was when I defeated Kanji along the way.
So Kanji's out of the bracket? Phew. I mean, if you're not the host here, then who set this up for me?
You're saying this Grand Prix is for you?
About that,
Trying to figure out some way to explain, but some familiar feeling like a ringing in my ears knocked the thoughts away. I mean, not in my ears, it's in my head, but it's not a sound. It's weak at first, but I know it's getting stronger. It's...
Yosuke-senpai, is Teddy with you too?
Rise!
I can hear Rise, but not over the school's PA system. For her to be talking directly into my head like this, she has to be using her persona. Maybe it's just me, but she sounds like she's been crying recently or is about to start soon.
So glad. Ever since this weird fake Teddy kidnapped me, I've been all alone. The others are fighting each other too.
Oh, I'm here too. And so is Miss President.
Miss President? Oh, you're right. I do sense one more presence there.
Who are you guys talking to?
Sorry, I'll explain in a sec. Hey, Rise, are you okay? The one who's been talking over the PA isn't really you, right?
Of course
course not. I'm not that big of a ditz. I'm in the announcement room now. General Teddy was watching me, but he left, so I'm using this chance to contact you guys.
Hey, don't do anything reckless, okay?
But I can't just sit here and do nothing. Not while you're all being forced to fight.
No worries. She sounds all ready for action now, but considering how desperate her voice sounded at the beginning, I know she's just trying to act tough. She must have been scared all by herself. Well, duh. Unlike us, she didn't know if there was ever going to be anyone else coming to help her. I awkwardly recap what I know
This
of her.
Grand Prix might be related to me. Actually, it might all be my fault.
Huh?
What?
What the?
I don't know really who or what that fake Teddy is, but if it's doing this for me, a lot of things start to make sense.
If Teddy isn't the one managing this tournament, then that makes all the stuff he said before the fight a lie. But lie or not, it did make sense. I mean, even if Teddy isn't the bad guy here, the Grand Prix is being held for my benefit. I mean, that's pretty much settled. I think I have a good idea of who the poor
Do
sucker
you think
is.
maybe that fake Teddy didn't leave the room, but actually just disappeared?
Give me a second. I'll search for him.
Risha's transmission stops for a second. If my guess is right, then there's a big chance he's already gone. Come on, let it not be there anymore. Risha came back online.
Shadow! That fake Teddy's actually a big shadow!
He hasn't disappeared?
Wow, the size of this one! I think it might be the shadow of someone who entered the TV. But why is it mimicking Teddy? That's what I can't...
What's up?
The person next to you, Senpai. Is that Miss President? Something strange about the reading I'm getting off of her.
Oh, is it because she's not a Persona user?
No, that's not it. I don't know how to describe it. Sorry, something's coming. I gotta cut off this chat now.
That's fine, just don't do anything reckless. I'll try to get to the announcement room as fast as I can.
I'll be waiting for you.
Alright. If the enemy's still around, it's not a good idea if he finds out that Risha can use her persona to contact us. I'll make sure Risha is actually disconnected before I turn back to Teddy.
Wait here. Look after Miss President for me.
Gotcha. I'm always up for spending time with a pretty girl like her.
He's such a spaz. This is not the time for fawning over cute girls, even ones as hot as Miss President. There's a bad guy out there trying to destroy our friendships. Maybe he can be so easygoing about this because he truly believes that nothing could drive a wedge between us. Jeez, what am I thinking? Whether that's true or not, he did take down Kanji. I can trust him to look after Miss President. Anyway, now that Risha's checked, there's one thing that I'm certain of. The true identity of the General Teddy. I'm sure he's my shadow. I mean, he's the only one who would bother setting up this Grand Prix just for me. I don't know why he's come back, but maybe I've lost my resolve or something. I was hoping that he would just disappear once I figure out what was happening, but I guess things aren't going to be that easy. Jeez, the thought of Teddy being the culprit was pretty hard to swallow, but this is even worse. I mean, this is completely my fault. Looks like I'm just gonna have to pay my shadow another visit. But just as I make up my mind on trying to leave this classroom, Miss President blocks my path.
What's going on? I demand an explanation.
There's no time for that. Sorry, but you can ask Teddy about it.
I heard you say just a moment ago that this Grand Prix is for you. In which case, I gotta ask you as student council president, if you're going to the announcement room, you gotta let me come too. You can explain things to me once we're there.
You can't come with me. It's too dangerous. I'm just gonna lay it on the line for you here. That power you saw when we fought is called a persona. And this is no normal tournament.
I'll be fine. I'm plenty strong, you know.
But you can't use a persona. And this isn't a normal school either. Ugh, how can I explain this?
I'm the one that said I'm going to the announcement room first. Don't be a copycat.
Huh? That's not your problem, miss. I'm all ready to give her a verbal smackdown, but the look on her face is so serious that I have to pause. She eventually begins to speak with embarrassment.
What she said over the PA bothered me. All that about how I get in the way. As student council president, I gotta have a talk with her about this.
Does she mean that the PA we heard when I first met her? You aren't worth anyone's effort? You just get in the way and cause trouble for the people around you?
Don't let it get to you. It was just a stunt to make the Grand Prix exciting.
Wait, huh? If this Grand Prix is all for me and she just caught up in it, what's the point in belittling her like that?
Of course it bothers me. I like this school.
She whimpers slightly. Dude, she's like a different person from the confident girl I met before. Fine, I guess it can't be helped. I am to blame for all this happening to her, but I can't just admit it like that. So I smile jokingly and hold out my
And how
hand.
about going on a date with me? A romantic getaway in the announcement room.
Yosuke-kun. Alright, you're on.
Whoa! Even if she's only going to along with the joke, I asked her out, and she said yes! Awesome!
Wait! What about me? I want to go on a date too. You can't leave me out.
Oh, sorry. You lost, so you can't leave. Don't worry, though. We'll be back soon.
No! The date slipped through my claws. Miss President, Yosuke is a nice, dependable guy. Not as much as me, though.
Aw, thanks for looking after me this far. I'm glad to find out you're not the culprit.
See ya. Be a good bear, okay?
Miss President and I leave the classroom together. Teddy desperately tries to follow, but the invisible wall stops him cold. He keeps charging at the wall, but every time he does, it just bounces off like a tennis ball being tossed against a glass window. When he finally gives up, he waves his stubby little arms to cheer us on.
Yosuke, you better not lose. You gotta protect Miss President. And don't try anything funny with her.
Shut up, I'm not you. Teddy. Well, that's just how he is. Man, I kind of want to smack him, but I'm smiling all the same. The invisible walls block the way as usual. I'm starting to feel really anxious, but I can't let it show. I know that it would make Miss President here worry. We're making progress, slowly but surely. I have to keep trusting that we'll get there.
I really like this school.
That was unexpected.
Well, I'm not surprised, since you ran for student council president. Good job winning that, by the way. Oh yeah, what's your name?
My name?
I mean, I can't call you Miss President forever, right? I guess your name was on the posters around school during elections, but I tend to ignore those. No offense.
She clams up, and so I try to get her to open a little more. What she said next takes me by surprise.
My name? I don't know.
Huh?
I can't remember it at all. I've been trying all this time, but I can't even remember what I was doing before now. Same goes for my name. I completely forgot that I must have a real name too, until you asked me about it. That ain't normal, is it? I wonder why that's happening to me.
It's probably because you've been in here for a long time. You've seen a bunch of other weird things in here, right?
Well, now that I think about it, the victims who were dropped into this world had scrambled memories with bits and chunks missing. So it's definitely possible that she can't remember her name.
Oh. You mean like those persona and shadow things? What are those?
She seems really upset about this. I bet that's only putting more pressure on her. She's seen a lot. Maybe an explanation will help her calm down a little. I decided to answer every question she has, one at a time.
A shadow is another side of you. It's what you're not conscious of, or more like the feelings you didn't want to admit you had. Everyone has a side like that, an ugly part of themselves, and most people hate to admit it exists. But if you accept it, it becomes a persona, a power that can protect you.
So you have to accept yourself.
I went through that once, but it seems like my shadow's back. Well, I'll just have to accept it again.
I sure hope that's all I have to do. Of course, I can't say that part out loud. I talked like I was confident, but in reality, I'm really nervous. How could I be smiling when I'm so worried? It's crazy, right? I look at her to try to gauge how she's feeling.
Sounds rough. You think since I can't remember anything, the same's happening to me?
Don't worry, I'm sure you're just in a little bit of shock right now.
Oh, great. Now I've got her all nervous too. Try to cheer her up. I try to play up the good
You
parts.
remember that you're the student council president, right? I'm sure you just need a little help to remember everything else.
You think so? You've been a real big help, Yosuke-kun.
Huh? Me? Did I do something?
Mm-hmm. You sure have.
She finally smiles. It's only a little one, but it's there. Huh? Is this really the first time I've seen her smile? Oh, damn. She is really cute. I started to get embarrassed about having fake asking her out on a date and my feet speed up. Crap, now I'm literally running away from her. Talk about chicken-hearted. Alright. Oh, I didn't save. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, message speed. Fast. Instant. Yeah, I think instant would, or fast would, I think. Unread text skip. I can't believe I didn't realize that there. Toggle this on will allow you to skip all text, including the text you have not yet read. Perfect. That kind of helps, like, when the things were already kind of seen. Finally, and I do mean finally, we stand in front of the announcement room. Miss President and I exchange a glance. Then I summon all my courage and throw the door open. I'm expecting to see the fake Teddy, or should I say my shadow in the room. Huh? Risa's the only one here.
Yosuke-senpai!
Are you alright? Where's the shadow?
You mean the fake Teddy? He hasn't come back at all. I sense this weird presence, but I don't know what it is.
Risa looks around nervously. I look around too. I haven't been in the announcement room that often, but I can tell that this isn't anything like that, like the real one. The room is huge with monitors everywhere. The room is huge with monitors. Oh, I can't believe I just read the same thing. Not to mention the giant window taking up an entire wall with a crazy view outside. Yeah, this is a crazy town, right? But what's with this weird present that Risa's talking about?
What are you freaking out about? This is your chance to save a pretty girl and become a hero, right, Yosuke? Huh?
That's Yosuke-kun's voice.
I slowly turn in the voice's direction. There was no one there a second ago, but now suddenly there is, and he has my face. His inhuman gold eyes narrow in a taunting way. Looks like I was right.
Hey there, Yosuke.
Yosuke-senpai's shadow?
And this isn't getting any easier. But at least I can confront him without freaking out like I did last year.
I thought you merged back with me. I'll come out anytime you start ignoring me. I'm always watching you. I am you, after all.
This is a shadow?
Yeah, that's right. You're me. You're the weakness in my heart. I admit it. Now get back here.
I blurt out before I have time to get a second thought. This should do it. And the shadow starts laughing instead.
Not bad, but that's exactly what I mean by ignoring me. You haven't changed at all since then. You just cover up whatever you don't want to see and paper over it. That's why I've returned. I'm not your persona anymore. Don't tell me.
Hold on a sec. Does that mean... Forget logic. It's faster just to try it.
Jiraiya!
My nervous voice fills the announcement room. And that's it. My persona, Jiraiya, doesn't appear. Instead, the shadow begins laughing even harder.
No way.
So you really are?
To be honest, I was still doubtful. I had hoped that he wasn't my shadow. I mean, of course I didn't want to believe I was the cause of this Grand Prix mess, let alone admit that I was actually enjoying it. My shadow's right. All I was doing was ignoring the problem. My fist clenched, my knees lock, my entire body shakes.
Just because I was weak? Is that why everyone got dragged into it? Yep. Because I wanted a crisis to solve again. Because the case ended and I was bored? You got it. I'm sure you understand without me having to tell you. I couldn't save Saki-senpai. I didn't want to ever lose someone again, but I still wished for this.
I was proud that Inaba was peaceful, and I thought that I could finally be proud of putting Saki-senpai's death behind me. And yet, was I really faking all of that? In the end, am I just a loser who puts his own boredom over the death of a loved one?
Senpai.
I hear the quivering in Risei's voice. No, this isn't true. Don't look at me. This isn't me.
It's all your desire. Trust me, I know. I am you after all.
I could feel myself ready to fall into my knees. I can't use my persona anymore. I thought it changed. But now, I've literally lost everything. I have to accept it. My mind knew what to do, but my heart still raced against it. Even before I knew what I was saying, the words were flying out from my mouth.
Not.
No, Senpai, look at me.
I lifted my eyes to look at Risei. There she was, with Miss President standing next to her. I was tough seeing the looks on their faces. I'll look away quickly, but Risei scolded me.
No matter what weaknesses you might have, we'll never stop liking you. So please, don't deny who you are.
Why'd you have to get in the way?
Here, I finally got in touch with the others. Listen to them.
Risei closes her eyes and folds her hands, as if in prayer. I see the elegant shape of her persona appear behind her, and that instant, voices pour into my head. These are...
Moron, what are you saying? Who do you think we are?
Yosuke-kun, we heard everything. But there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
I don't really get what's going on, but if it's gonna keep showing up, you just gotta beat the crap out of it every time.
We're all with you, Yosuke. You can rely on me too, you know.
Anyone can fall prey to the same troubles and
Hey,
insecurities.
Nazo's even here.
It's not just you, Senpai. It's true for all of us.
Everyone. My vision suddenly clears. I hadn't even realized that I was squeezing my eyes shut.
Naoto? How come you're here?
That's well...
Who cares why? There's more important stuff at stake here.
After Chie, the clearest voice of
You won
all.
the battle against yourself back then, but you can't do it this time? Yosuke, believe in us.
When I hear my partner's voice, I draw a ragged breath. I catch myself and inhale deeply, not noticing until now just how much I had tensed up in the last few moments. Risei, the brighter of the voices, turns to me. From the smile on her face, I know that she expects me to feel better now. And even though she has to be scared right now, she cares enough to smile for me when I'm feeling down. That's right. I finally realized the simplest truth. The biggest difference between the person I was last year and the person I am now. Now I have friends that accept me, even when I'm doubt myself. How could I not believe in myself? How could I be too weak to stand up? They all believe in me. I am not alone. Not anymore.
I'm such an idiot, aren't I? A grade A moron.
I raise my head and look straight at my shadow. Any trace of the fear I had is completely
I thought I
gone.
overcame my weakness and I was done with it for good. Dude, how naive was that, right? What? I'm weak. I'll probably always be weak, but that doesn't mean I need to run away. I'll keep fighting my weakness. And I'll do it as many times as it takes, even if that never stops.
My heart is calm. I was conflicted just a moment ago, but now everything has been made clear. They believe in me. And knowing that, I feel their faith in me pushing me forward. I can feel the power surging in me. The force winning my spirit causes me to shout out.
Persona!
All right. This time let's save. All right. Facing ourselves.
Final. Fight!
I'm the real Yosuke here.
Down here! No way, Jose! Down here. It's mine.
God damn it.
Just getting started. Go.
No, damn it.
Here we go.
Alright. Place bookmark. There we go. Rephrased ourselves.
You did it, Senpai! That was awesome!
I let recent adulation wash over me. But there's something bugging me. Stuff that could be really bad for
About
me.
my conversation with my shadow. Did you?
I hijacked the school PA system.
I knew it. It wouldn't have been backing me up because they've been hearing everything I said leading
Only
up to
you
now.
saw my shadow last time. Now everyone got to listen in? Ah, so lame.
That's not true. You were really cool, Senpai.
Thanks.
Miss President looks like she's having trouble finding words for this. Yeah, she's horrified by me. I can't blame her. She was left out of the picture. But well, explaining it to her can wait. I need to do something about my shadow. But when I turn around, my shadow isn't there.
Where did he go? If he disappears, won't my persona... Wait.
Something's not right. I used my persona during the fight, but my persona's my shadow, so if my shadow left me, how can I have used my persona? As I'm struggling with that, Reese, speak up.
Something's not right.
Her voice is stiff. Did she just think of the same conundrum that I did? No, that's not all. There's an eerie presence all around. Even I can feel it. It must be hitting Reese like a jolt of electricity. I can't let my guard down yet.
Rise, Miss President, stay close to...
At that moment, the lights go out and darkness covers the room.
What the hell?
I can't believe you've made it this far. They repeatedly suffered the pain of fighting their friends, but they still didn't lose heart.
The lights come back on. When they do, the fake Teddy is standing there. Why is it looking like that now? Wait, was it the one talking in the weird voice? Fake Teddy ignores me and looks at Miss President.
No one can understand you after all. What a shame.
Who are you?
Then you weren't my shadow?
I want to make people fight. I especially want friends to fight against each other. Then maybe they'll understand how I feel. That was your wish, wasn't it?
What are you saying?
What does it mean? This was my wish. And what's with the voice? Wait a minute. It's not talking to me. Then you mean...
Senpai, get back! This shadow's reacting to Miss President! It was really her shadow!
What?
I can feel my brain cracking open like a dropped watermelon. That's Miss President's shadow? But it's just said it was my shadow. But now that I think about it, this General Teddy has always been hostile to her, ever since we met outside the school. That would explain Reese's voice on the PA system too. Well, duh. If a normal person's in here long enough, of course her shadow's gonna split away from her. I should have known that. After all, that's exactly what kept happening last year. Miss President just looked so healthy that it never occurred to me. This is just as if to mock my astonishment. The shadow keeps taking in General Teddy's shape.
I did exactly what you wished. So, how did that work out for you? They still couldn't understand you. No one can really understand how we feel, can they? Come on. How much longer are you gonna keep deceiving yourself? Didn't you hear them say you shouldn't ignore who you are? Here, I'll show you your reality.
That sound the enemy finally shows its real form. Which we can already saw that.
I am a shadow. The true self. That's my face.
But that's the same. Even though her shadow has the same face, her body is wrapped in metal. Miss President screams at what appears to be something from a sci-fi flick.
Well, you must remember now. No, I'm not like that.
No, Miss President, calm down. A shadow doesn't just take on your appearance. You look like a twisted version of you to agitate you even more.
No, no.
I tried calming her down, but my words aren't reaching her. She just keeps shaking her head in denial. What's going on here? Shadows are things that exemplify what the originals want to be. I've never heard of them transforming into other people. Shadow sees my confusion and smiles.
It's an illusion.
Huh?
It's an illusion. Isn't that what you thought when you fought your friends? Your senses were being deceived, warping what you saw, twisting what you heard.
That's how you made my senpai fight each other. Is that your power?
Not just mine. It's actually our power. Isn't that so? Me.
Our? What is she saying?
No, I'm not like you. I'm human.
Miss President crouches down and says the words that are always bad. With that, the shadow's smile grows even more menacing and it snaps its fingers again. At the moment, something like TV static flashes across my eyes. Over my eyes. The static doesn't cover my entire field of view, but slowly begins to focus around Miss President. When it clears, she's changed. Metallic limbs stretch from her uniform. Something metallic, like wings, unfurl from her back. There's no doubt, she's the same as the shadow standing in front of us. She cries out and tries to cover her ears. But when she does, the sound of metal grinding against metal accompanies her movements. I see myself reflected in the shining metal of her fingers.
Robot?
So that means the shadow isn't of some fantasy version that's her true self. So Miss President was the one trying to look like a human?
No! I'm human! You still believe that about yourself? No human can do that. And you know it.
The shadow points at me. I'm at a loss for words. I look around, but in the end, my eyes meet hers. We both fall silent. In those few seconds, I can feel a deep rift growing between us.
No, don't get me wrong. I was just a little surprised.
I'm human.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Suddenly, there's an explosion so loud I think my eardrums are blown out. The smoke makes me cough and my eyes tear up. I manage to focus and see a hole in the wall. I can barely see through the smoke, but I can see the whole way on the other side. Eventually, the smoke clears and a shape steps through the hole.
I didn't sense anything until now.
Aigis! Oh my god. It was a girl. Blonde hair, blue, crystal-like eyes. But there are metallic sounds as she walks.
So this is where you were.
Another robot girl?
It's another girl with a mechanical body, just like the Shadow and Miss President? She looks at the trembling president and calls out.
You must remember, that is the only way the future will open up to you. You must accept it, no matter how painful it may be. Your true name is 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. Labris.
Labris? Weapon? What? What's going on here? To be continued. Oh my god. So now we have Naoto and Mitsuru? Akihiko? Aigis? P4A story, Naoto, Mitsuru, Akihiko, and Aigis stories are now available. That's surely weird because we haven't actually seen these two in the story to have involved. I mean, we've definitely seen Aigis, but what about these two? So we met to be continued yet again. So as you can definitely see that the story isn't like intertwined. So that's the whole reason why this is kind of like a weird thing. It's like, wait, so which is true, which is not? What's going on? What's that? So, but anything, that sort of problem is resolved on the main story. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. But overall, that was Yosuke Kanamura's story here. So yeah, will you look at that? So next up, we're gonna go with Chie Saranaka. So that's where I'm gonna be going here. I was just gonna go through order here. I'm not sure we can definitely get unlocked this. If we don't get unlocked this as soon as I get to Kanji, then I just go straight like to Teddy and until otherwise. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I surely did. RC with the difficulty. I'm gonna keep it there like that because I actually kind of enjoyed it. You know, I know it's hard, and I know like I made a fool of myself saying like, you know, I did train up Yosuke, so I'm like really buffed up with it until I get brutally annihilated by some of the opponents that I have to face. I was like, maybe I need a little bit more practice, or maybe a little bit more. But again, I'm not really that like. I'm not that good in terms of fighting games, but at least I'm trying to make, you know, have fun with it. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed it either way. So, sure, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next episode with Chie Saranaka. Until then, peace out.